All right, I have a new artist I'm reacting to today. It says Faith No More, Midlife Crisis, and this looks like it was from the Jay Leno show. Remember that was a show? And if you're like an LA person, you'll know that like Jay Leno would always drive through the canyons in his like nice cars. He was really into cars. Um, okay, this was tipped, and the person said, look, I love when people give me context. He said, this particular live performance showcases singer Mike Payton's vocal range. And it's a live performance from TV. Television used to be a really big deal. There was like late night. Today's reaction is sponsored by, not really, this is just the candy I'm eating. You guys know I'm always eating candy on the work. I'm like, be healthy. I'm pretty fit. I like work out, but I like sugar candy. It helps me focus. Oops. I like gummy things. They're very like stimulating. And if I get restless, I have my atomic fireballs. Okay? All right. It's short, so I'll try. I don't really need to write notes. Probably I'll just talk about it after. I'll show you guys what I think with my face. Okay, that was one of the weirdest things I've reacted to. Okay, one. That was so 90s. Like just the aesthetic, the look. I think I'm right that it's 90s. If it's not 90s, it's like very early 2000s. Oh, look, 93. I was right. Okay. Um, it was very early to, very 1993. His voice, yeah, I saw the person goes, "Oh, look at his versatile styles." At first, I was like, "Oh my God," he's like full on like rah, 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 yelling. He's barking like a dog, and then he's singing like a pop rock singer. A little bit of it almost sounded countryish. Um, wow, 90s were so strange. You know what I mean? I'm not so upset. I was too young to have appreciated this. First of all, the goatee look at the time did not follow through to today. That kind of like facial hair, not a good look today. Like just having this, but it's not like a proper goatee with a mustache, and it's not like a full beard. It's just like a little like I can't grow anything else. I don't think it really flatters him per se. Not that that matters. I know you guys only care what I think of the music. I think the music itself, it's a forgettable song. Like I don't think it's definitely not one of the best songs of 1993. There was way better music in 1993 than this. I guess it's just interesting because they were obviously big enough to get on Leno, so I'll have to like read about them because why are they called Faith No More? Were they like formerly a Christian band or something? Let's see what they say. I am curious. They are an American rock band from San Francisco, formed in 1979, but before 83, they performed under Sharp Young Men and Faith No Man. Okay, so considered metal. Early lineup changes. Bassist Billy Gold. Okay. History. Okay, wow, I can't believe they were that old. I guess it's because nowadays they looked relatively young, right? So I'm looking at 93, I'm like, oh, this band looks like, pretty young. And then like, but today when you think of 79, I'm like, oh, that's so long ago. But at the time they didn't look that old. So that's why it's hard for me to imagine that they started in 79. So, okay, it was definitely experimental metal. Um, it sounded kind of like happy. It didn't sound like regular metal that's just all yelling the whole time. It kind of had this like da na 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 da na 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 na, and then it had like the like yelly section. He does that well. It reminds me kind of how Bloodhound Gang sings. Um, I don't know. It's interesting. Look, I like some metal. Maybe I just don't like this because the recording quality is not that good. I might like it in a different recording or something. But I don't know. This may be one of the like least favorite things I watch in terms of like, would I listen to this again? Like, would I ever put this on a playlist and rock out to it? Probably not. But I always love it from a historical lens. I love looking back and like at the time, this look, the baggy button-up shirt, hair slicked back like that, that was the look. That was the style. Also, the drummer just wearing no shirt on TV. I'm like, is he allowed to do that? Like, do drummers can wear whatever they want typically. It's like they can just wear nothing. I mean, Fishman and Fish just wears a muumuu. So I guess like drummers can just wear whatever they want. They seem like fine musicians, you know. They're just a rock band. They're a metal band. They're really out there. So, okay, well, that's interesting. I wonder, let's see. Okay, so Mike Patton didn't join until 1988. Okay. Interesting. They had a hiatus until 2018, and then they had a canceled tour. I guess it was COVID, I guess. 2019 to present. They updated their website, but then they never ended up having the things because I'm guessing COVID. Semi-permanent hiatus. Maybe they should go on tour again. Let's see. Let's just look at this Mike Patton fellow. Mike Patton. Where are the current members? Did they put it over here? There. Vocalist and lyricist. Oh, he's played in a lot of bands. He's kind of a big deal. He does have an interesting voice. Vocal proficiency, diverse singing techniques. That's true. Eccentric public image and contempt for the music industry. Okay. He is cited as an influence by members of Coheed and Cambria, Deftones. I've heard of those too. Five Finger Death Punch. I've heard of Hoobastank. Incubus I've heard of. I've heard it. I used to listen to Incubus in high school. It was popular. Lost Prophets, Killswitch, Engage, Korn. Of course, I've heard of Queens of the Stone Age. I've seen them live, opening for someone. System of a Down. They're most famous for the song Toxicity. Papa Roach. Okay, I've heard of those, but I haven't heard of the other ones. But I've heard a lot of those bands. Okay, story about System of a Down. One time I went out on a first date with this guy, and I met him in like some event, and he got my number or something. So it wasn't like from a dating app or anything. And then we're like talking, and he's like, "My favorite band is System of a Down," and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." It was like instant red flag. You know what I mean? I'm like, wait, of all the music in the whole world, of like every single band, your favorite band is System. I was like, you mean like toxicity in the city? When I'm wrong, disorder, anybody knows silence, sacred silence and sleep, somewhere between the sacred silence and sleep, disorder. I wonder if, like, can you be a non-tormented soul and have your favorite band be System of a Down? That's all I wondered. So I was like, oh, System of a Down. I would almost wish he had said this band, like Faith No More. It's like, I'd be like, oh, okay, what's that? Cool. They were, pioneers in the genre, right? Like, they're pioneers and they inspired all these other bands. I would prefer that over your favorite band is System of a Down. Like, I love my Tool people. If you said Tool, it would have been like, great, brilliant. It's like so profound. It's so poetic. It's so good. I'm okay with other metal bands being your favorite. System of a Down, I was just like, like, the Homer Simpson meme where he like disappears into the hedges. That's what I wanted to do on the date. And then, of course, I did not want to go out with him again. But it was just interesting because it's like, my favorite band is System of a Down. I was like, red flag. Okay, if it was your favorite band, you just explain it to me why it's the best band, and then I'll listen. I'll accept your opinions on that. Okay, well, that's interesting. And now I'm realizing, though, I haven't reacted to anything in this genre. I haven't even done Korn. I've done Tool, but not Korn. Korn, wait, I always get confused. Which one's Trent Reznor? Is he in Nine Inch Nails? Yeah, Nine Inch Nails. But then there's another really good singer in Korn. I forget what his name is, but he's a really good singer too. So I haven't done any of this genre on my channel, but I would be interested in doing that. And like I said, I like this Queen of the Stone Age song that was like, dun, 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 whatever that one's called. It's like, free to follow. It's called No One Knows. So I do like that Queen of the Stone Age song. Incubus, oh my God, like that's the CD that you had in high school, and for like, that's like, we would just sit around and be like, let's listen to Incubus, and it was like so relaxing and kind of like out there. So this, and I remember, isn't Papa Roach the one that does cut my life into pieces, this is my last resort, suffocation, no breathing, yeah. So see, I'm like kind of adjacent to this genre. Maybe I need to like dig into these other bands. So, okay, I will see you guys soon. And if you think I should listen to some of this stuff, let me know. If I should listen to a different System of a Down song besides Toxicity And I wonder if I know any other System of a Down songs. I'd be curious if there's one that I'm like, oh, you'll think they're really good once you hear this one song. Okay, well, that's cool. Also, I like that he's from Eureka, California. I'm from Redding, California. Um, but yeah, wow, they really are. They really were kind of like this interesting genre pioneers. So that's cool. He did. I can see the singing of these other groups copying him. So I think that was a really good suggestion by this person because I like opening up a whole new we're opening up a new part of Erica Reacts. It's like we've been over here in the 70s, we've been over here, we did a little Tool, we did a little bit of Ren, we did a little bit of like indie whatever, Beatles, Steely Dan, progressive rock from the 70s mainly. And it's like now we're like, let's go over to the metal. I just did some symphonic metal because I did Nightwish, but that's like a totally different side than this. So maybe we're going to branch into like the metal. Okay, well, that's an interesting segue. So I will hopefully get more requests for this kind of stuff. And if not, hopefully eventually I just am led to it on my own. That usually happens because now I'm like, what don't I know about? That's what makes me curious in life. But yeah, I love the whole like 90s TV was still like the number one medium. Now it's online, it's YouTube, it's TikTok. It's not TV anymore. Like I haven't watched a late night show in years. Once in a while I'll watch like a SNL replay. That's the only TV show I'll ever like watch clips of on SNL. I don't care about any other late night show. I would never like watch a recap of any of those like they used to be like David Letterman, Jay Leno, and then it was like Conan O'Brien, like more recently, and like these other people. Not my thing, but it's just interesting, like to go back in time and be like, oh my God, you were on the Jay Leno show. Such a big deal. Wow. And they were pioneers. So that's cool. All right. All the bands I was referencing, a lot of those were from like the late 90s or early 2000s. So they did copy, I guess. So cool. Well, I'm intrigued. I had too much sugar. So, okay, let's go to the next video. Bye.